Everyone's world is a world, but everyone's world is not the same. You only live in the world that you can see. Just as a fish can only see the world in the water, it does not see the lush forest. Only by jumping out of the water, it has the opportunity to see the land of the broad world. There is a chance to glimpse the lush forest. We also live in the world we can see. We can't imagine the world that we never saw before. Only when you jump out of your own world, you will know the wonder of the outside world. Something you thought is real is just what you thought, and this is just the subjective event of your world, not objective truth. But when you have only yourself in your eyes, you will think what you thought as the truth. And it just makes you lose the chance to change the world you think you are. A teacher once wrote, "The world is so big, I want to see the world. See not only the scenery of the world but also the objective truth of the world." Perhaps these objective truths are not immutable, but the more you see, the more you can tolerate the changes in the world, the more you accept the different things in this world. I am not the same gender as you. We have the same gender and similar characteristics. We have the same gender and characteristics, but our value is not the same. There are no identical two leaves in the world. There are also no two identical people. Two people look at the same thing might not have the same view. You think this predicate structure may be the smallest thing in the world, limiting our thoughts, our horizons, our actions, forming a series of cognitive biases that further create the illusion that you think your world is the only world, so that you are constantly looking for reasons to prove this illusion. Instead of choosing to jump out of the world you think, see if there is a different scenery in the world. Just like we usually draw a conclusion on everyone in that city are all thieves, just because one of the citizens comes from that city is a thief. Everyone is a different independent individual, and to describe a person's personality characteristics in a city, or think that the people in the city are the same kind of people, this is a serious prejudice. For example, the existence of racial discrimination has not been eliminated since ancient times. Just like the hate on LGBT, just because they are not the same as most people, can you think that LGBT is not normal? There are a lot of cognitive errors caused by a series of you think. Because each thing, each individual has different characteristics, induction, by the individual characteristics of the overall characteristics, and deduction, by the majority of the common characteristics of the individual characteristics inferred, in the real world is not the best way to learn. The best way to learn should be empathy. When you can put yourself in the position and think from their perspective, when you stand in another angle to look at the problem, when you can jump out of the world you think, you can see a broader and more exciting world. Perhaps the world you realized is crueler, but this is the reality of the world. You and I are not the same, but the differences between you and I help me see a different world. I should thank you for not being the same.